Conversations about friendships and family is a never ending one, because we wake up every day and we have new experiences we want to share. I know it's been a minute, but I'm glad to be back on your screen. Hi, welcome to the Triple F podcast where we talk about friendship, food, and of course, family experiences. My name is Efeturi, and today I have a very special guest in the studio with me who will be sharing, his experience as a husband and as a boy's dad. Yes, he's raising two wonderful boys. During our time, I mean, even in the Bible, God created them male and female. You are either a boy or a girl. But looking at our world today, guys, I don't understand why there's so much controversy about one's sexuality. It's one thing to say you are a cross dresser, right? But it's borderline to make it your lifestyle and also start recruiting people or encouraging young ones that it is okay for a man or a young boy to dress like a woman. I have with me in the studio Mr. Gus Gift.
Hi,
Welcome.
Ife. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Triple podcast.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right, like I said earlier, you are a boy's dad. You have
Yeah.
two wonderful boys you're raising. Um, and I am coming from a generation, like I said, where it's either you're male or female. There is no in between.
Sure.
But in our world of today, we see people saying, I'm expressing my femininity. Abi, how did they talk am? It's okay. We have content creators who dress like women for the sake of content, right? Quote and
Yeah.
unquote. But then when it becomes the lifestyle, you're wearing makeup, you're wearing wigs and all of that. Where do
Yeah.
we draw the line? What are we teaching these children that are growing up? I mean, these children born in this generation are called generation beta, the beta generation,
Yeah.
not
True.
even alpha anymore. So tell me, growing up, right? What was it for you? How you were raised? Was it the same? I want to believe that you have sisters as siblings.
Well, I come from a family of boys alone,
Oh,
and the only younger
okay.
sister we used to have passed on at a very tender age. So we have
Oh,
four boys in my house, and I happen to be the first.
wow. So
Yeah.
tell me, what was your upbringing like?
Okay. Well, it's what I'm seeing today in today's society is totally different from what I saw growing up, because I don't know if I would say it's because of technology or changes in culture and norms, but it's totally different. Now, in our days, as growing up kids, as boys or as male children, there are certain things that are expected of you, as a male. There are certain characteristics that are expected of you. You won't be in the house as a male child and you expect your female siblings, or okay, I have cousins, I have female cousins,
Okay.
or expect your female cousins to do some certain jobs. Like those days while growing up, when we travel to the village for Christmas, sometimes we have a very big compound. My dad calls us, okay, come and weed the grass, come and do this because we are boys. We don't sit and expect our cousins that are female to come and do those kind of things. Whereas the ladies go to the kitchen to
Okay.
do chores with mom, cook
Cooking
food,
and all.
arrange, wash dishes and all that. Although I'm not saying that a man shouldn't do those things, but
Or a woman cannot,
yes,
clean the
clean
environment.
yes,
Okay.
of course. But then growing up, there are things that you look at and you say, okay, these are the things that is expected of you as a male child or as a boy child.
Like there were specific rules for each
Is
gender.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
But today, I mean, I don't know if the world is gradually coming to an end, because I know some persons might say these are signs of end time.
Okay.
You see male children trying to change their gender, trying to dress like females, and
Talk like
it's
them,
talk
walk
like
like
them
them,
exactly.
all the
And
mannerism.
and sometimes as a guy, this thing is it's irritating when you see your fellow man doing this thing. So I mean, I don't know what is happening actually.
Okay, so back to what you said about growing up and the characteristics or attributes of a male child or a man or what they should be. Oftentimes we hear people say, "Oh, be a man, be a man," right? I just want to believe that in our time, growing up as a 90s baby, our parents focused so much effort in raising the girl child. I feel there was little or no effort or attention given to the boy child because it's believed that he's a man, he will figure it out, right? That is what men do. Toughen up. You're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to show emotions. But then we are in 2025, and over the years, we've encouraged men to, be vulnerable, be expressive, show emotions. There is nothing wrong. As a man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. It doesn't take away your manhood or reduce your
Masculinity.
masculinity. You get?
Yeah.
Do you also think that all of this advocacy, for men showing emotions, be vulnerable, has somewhat contributed to what we have right now?
Well. Like you said, there are some certain things that I hear, and sometimes I sit to think about it, and I'm like, are you sure this thing is really the right thing that people are pushing for?
Okay.
For example, when you say, as a man, feel free to open up,
Yeah.
cry.
Yes. I
You
mean,
know,
showing you're first. Okay, so you're first a human being before
okay,
the label or title of a gender. You're
yeah,
a
true,
man. You're a
true,
woman. You are human, right?
true, yeah.
And in as much as you're human, whatever is happening to the opposite sex can also happen to you.
Yes, of course.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like I was saying, imagine where, okay, myself for example,
Okay.
imagine a scenario where I have a challenge and I go back home, I start crying in front of my two boys. It will look like, daddy, what's going on? It will look
Okay.
like, daddy, you failed. So there, no matter how they try to put it out there, or no matter how they try to push it, a man has to be a man. And one of the ways you have to be a man is by being able to face life, because a point will come when life will throw so many challenges at you. Last year, for example, I experienced a lot of challenges from my dad's health, my finances, and a whole lot of things. But that doesn't mean I will now start crying in front of my kids. Of course, once in a while, I can talk to my wife, and when she sees me depressed or sees me thinking, she can come to encourage me. But I don't have to start crying to show emotion because I want to be a man.
So you still insist that men should not show emotions, a man should not cry?
Okay, I'm not saying a man should not show emotions,
Okay.
but there should be a certain limit to it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I don't buy into the school of thought of saying a man should cry. Why are you crying?
So when you lost your dad, did you not cry?
I did.
I mean, that's a big loss.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about your dad, not any extended family member.
Yes. Now about that, it was a very emotional moment for me because I share a very close bond with my dad,
Okay.
like a very close bond, and there were things I dreamt of doing for my dad, but I could not do most of them. I did a few, but I couldn't do most of them till he passed on, and he passed on right in front of me. So it was a very emotional moment. That very day, I cried. Honestly, I wept. But
You
after then,
wailed.
yes, but after then, imagine after then, that was how, because of the pain and the shock.
Okay.
There's a way life hits you out of the shock. Sometimes,
Unexpectedly.
yes, you just lose control and let it out. But imagine after that day, I start crying again. I start jumping up and
But
down.
that's what I'm asking. Is it wrong? See, you are God's gift, right?
Yes.
No two human beings, even twins, are wired the same way.
True.
There are people who can express emotions in that moment and they move ahead. There are others, it will take them time, maybe days or even weeks, to come to terms with the new reality that this person that I love so much, this
That's
person
gone.
he's gone and I will never see him again.
Yeah. Well. Like I said, showing emotion is fine. It's absolutely fine. But as a man, there should be a limit to how you let out your emotion.
Okay.
Whether by crying, whether by anywhere at all, there should be a limit. There should be a line to
Okay.
certain things. That is
Okay.
what I believe.
All right. So, from your experience growing up as a boy child, young adult, and now, two beautiful boys that you're raising, what are you going to do differently from how you were raised for
Okay.
your kids, especially in our world of today, with everything happening surrounding sexuality and whatnot?
Okay. First of all, one have to strike a balance because we grew up in the analog age, and now we are in the digital age or the tech era where children are exposed to a lot of things. So first of all, in raising these children, or for myself in raising my kids, one thing I will do is that I'll try as much as possible to make sure that I give them the solid foundation first. Not allowing them get exposed to the internet at a very early age as much as possible. Sometimes my first son will be 3 by October.
Okay.
Now, there was a time when he starts crying, I tend to give him my phone to watch cartoon Coco Melon. But at the point I discovered that he was now being addicted to it. In fact, it was my wife that called my attention to it because, as dads, we have a lot of things upstairs that we're thinking about how to make money and all that. So sometimes you don't focus on some certain things you're
You
supposed
just
to
want him to
do.
keep quiet in that
Yes,
moment.
exactly. So when my wife called my attention to it, I saw, this is true. So as it stands now, there are days he will cry and cry. He'll be saying cartoon, Coco Melon. He will never get it.
Okay.
He will never get it. So number one, striking a balance is very important. Then secondly, the God factor. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. The Bible says, I can't remember the exact part, but the Bible says, "My children will be taught of the Lord." So every morning while we're having our morning devotion, I always tell God, please, I'm doing my own part as a parent. But Lord, I know that when the children are not in sight where I can see them, when they go to school, when they mingle with other kids, I cannot see them. And even the teachers you're paying in school to take care of them, they can't be taken care
There's a
of.
limit,
Yes,
like to
there's
what
a
they can
limit.
do.
Yes. So I believe so much in the God factor. So because most times, like recently, I think that was yesterday, I saw a girl's picture. They say the dad is a pastor. Her picture was,
Yeah, not just
yes.
picture, there's a video. I
Okay,
mean,
I've not seen the video though. It's the pictures I saw that her dad is a pastor and her pictures were trending for putting up her nude online and all that. So I still believe if a pastor's child, can do that, then how much more? So it's not about being a pastor or not a pastor, but just always pray that the God factor, God will help you, raise these children while they're coming up. But that does not mean you have to neglect your parts. So that's the little I think. There's not a one jacket fit all thing
okay.
to this, but I believe it is very, very important that while your kids are coming up, you find way to one, strike a balance. And secondly, another thing is you must be in agreement with your spouse. You cannot be scolding your child as a dad and your wife is saying, "Why are you beating my son?" You must be in
Okay.
agreement. So it's very, very important. And that is one thing that I've learned to do with my wife in our little time of being married.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mr. Gus Gibbs.
Thank you.
Over to you. What are some of the challenges you think parents of this age and time are facing, especially in raising the boy child? Let us know in the comment section below, and do well to subscribe, like this video, and share with everyone, your friends, loved ones, and even your enemies. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.